I looked up ACME, so I figured it out. I figured it out here. So there's a couple of theories on what it's called. A company making everything.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
There's another one that says American companies make everything. Another one saying American companies that manufacture everything.
America! I didn't mean it. I mean it.
That's okay.
Welcome back to Good Friends, everyone. My name is Diego.
My name is Ice.
My name is Braden.
And today we got some cartoon conspiracy theories for you guys. So exciting. So exciting.
So exciting.
Let's go.
Yeah, so let's get it started. I'll go first here. So I got Pinky in the Brain. First off, let's lay some groundwork about Pinky in the Brain.
I know not a thing about Pinky.
You know what Pinky in the Brain?
Well, I know what it is. I don't know anything about it besides what it is.
I've watched it a few times. It's like it's one of those things. It's one of those like oldie shows.
Yeah,
like
early 2000s,
like Mighty
Cartoon
Mouse,
Network.
Like was on late night randomly.
It's kind of like Animaniacs kind of vibe.
Like 90s.
So like around that time. But basically the premise of Pinky in the Brain is Pinky is kind of like a bumbling, goofy idiot, and Brain is obviously the brain, or so they would like you to think. The whole premise of this is that the brain comes up with like super elaborate, over-the-top plan to try and take over the world. World domination, that's his whole goal. That's his entire trajectory.
They're like rats or something.
Yeah,
right?
they're
like
rats.
Mice. Like that's the whole thing. It's like hilarious.
Yeah, rats in a cage.
Yeah.
And Brain is a very unique looking rat because head is like
he's got a
swollen.
He's literally got a bigger
brain.
head.
He's got a brain.
He's got a bigger head than Diego.
Huge, humongous.
That's hard.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Enormous. And the Pinky is kind of like a cross-eyed, goofy little guy.
Skinny, tall,
Yeah.
sort of looking. At least I think.
Yeah, tall,
okay.
skinny guy. Yeah.
Hold on.
I was like, I got you right there.
Likes to hold the paper clip, I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm just making off the noggin.
Off the noggin. But the whole idea is that the brain is the genius and Pinky isn't. But that's not true, because this theory states that Pinky is actually the genius and the brain is actually insane.
Wow.
Yeah. So, so the way this works a lot of the time in almost all of the episodes is the brain will come up with a plan. It's elaborate, over the top, very chaotic. And it seems like it's something that if it works, end of the world sort of thing, you're going to be the ruler. But what usually happens is when brain comes up with the plan, Pinky points out a flaw in his plan. He'll say, actually, this isn't going to work in your plan. This is your point of failure. This is not going to work here. This is where you're going to get hurt. You're going to get injured. You're going to get blasted. And this is typically what happens. Brain's plan never goes according to plan. And it's because of that, like that one thing that gets pointed out by Pinky. The brain goes ahead with his plan. He's insane. He's egotistical. He doesn't believe that Pinky's smart enough to point out an actual flaw. And so he just full sends it, and bro gets destroyed every single time.
Just doesn't work.
Yeah, he gets destroyed every single time. Then Pinky just gets a good laugh at it.
There you go. I'm wondering if is that like the whole idea of the show? Every time he comes up with a plan, Pinky will like give that flaw or point it out, and then that's like the punchline, I guess. For for like the episode, because like because I'm trying to like compare to like Phineas and Ferb, right?
Oh
like,
yeah.
Like how they
Schmertz kind of thing.
Yeah, like that, or like they build whatever.
Candace tries to bring him down.
That's that's like kind of the whole point of like her character is like trying to bring him, like snitch on them. I'm wondering if that's the same thing. I haven't seen Pinky in the Brain forever. So no, it's been a while. So I'm just wondering.
Yeah, and so a lot of people are saying that the brain is insane, and one of the big reasons for it is he doesn't take like advice from Pinky. He just kind of does his own thing. He super believes in himself, is very egotistical, and then the other reason for it is the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. So bro doesn't learn from his lessons. He just continues to make the same mistakes, continues to do elaborate plans that don't work.
Literally Diego.
He's just like me for real. He's just like me for real. And so as proof of this theory, there's a couple of episodes where there's some key details that kind of showcase this behavior per se. So in season 3, episode 29, Pinky's Turn, Brain finally changes his mind. He finally changes his ways for a little bit, and he lets Pinky try to take over the world with a plan of his own. And so his plan is almost successful, and it's going so well. Like, he's about to take over the world, and then Brain's like, ain't no way, let me try. let me do this. Let me take over. And so he does. He's kind of like an egotistical, like, loser takes over and he ruins everything. Everything falls apart. Brogan gets destroyed and Pinky's kind of sidelined a little bit. But that just kind of serves as proof that Pinky, if he wanted to, and he had like the desire, the ambition to take over the world, Bro could come up with a plan to do it, and he would execute it because he is the genius. He has the intellectual know-how that the brain just can't see. The brain's maybe like a little too smart for his own good. So like another episode too where you can kind of see how their friendship dynamic sort of plays out is season 1 episode 3. It's called That's Smarts, and basically what happens is Brain makes a machine to increase Pinky's intelligence, because I forgot to mention it, Brain thinks that Pinky is an idiot. He thinks he's just like a stupid guy that just like a henchman sort of guy is kind of how he treats him. And so in this episode, he makes a machine that is supposed to increase his intelligence. And so what happens is he uses the machine on Pinky, he makes his own plan, and then Pinky gives some advice about that plan. So he points out another flaw saying, oh, here's the issue with your plan. And then he also says, your behavior is kind of like what causes your plans to fail. And so Brain can't accept this. And so he gets mad at Pinky and he yells at Pinky. But Pinky, being the great guy that he is, just outstanding citizen, you know? He loves Brain, doesn't want to destroy their friendship. So he uses that machine to make himself dumb again, just so that him and Pinky are on, or him and Brain are on good terms.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, kind of nuts there.
What a bad friend.
Yeah, super bad friend. And then just to kind of like hammer the nail home a little bit, there is a Warner Brothers short where Pinky sings the theme song, but he adds some additional lyrics. So it's the Pinky and the Brain, and he adds the lyrics. One is a genius, that's me. The other's insane, that's the Brain. And so this is just kind of like a fun little confirmation from Warner Brothers that, yeah, the Brain is not the genius. He really is insane, and Pinky is the genius. He's the intellectual.
Anybody could have. I feel like all right, when I watch the show, I'm like, okay, watching Brain, he's just like exactly what you described, just like an insane guy. But he's like, he's all there. I feel like he's all there, but he's just like can't accept a loss. Like you said, just like egotistical. I don't know if I would go as far as like actually insane. I wouldn't go as far as insane, but like egotistical and like thinks he's better than everybody. Yeah. And continues to fail. Which
that does tend to happen. That is like a phenomenon where like people that think they're better than everybody else don't realize that maybe they're not better than everybody else.
Tell Brayden.
There's also like a phenomenon. I can't remember the name per se, but it's you don't know what you don't know. You might think you're a genius, but then the more you like find out about something, the more you realize, oh, I don't know this much. Like I'm not actually a genius. There's so many things that I'm missing in my knowledge.
I feel like that happens to me a lot too.
Yeah, I get it a lot. And then I get imposter syndrome.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh, hang on.
Well, it's like you could be like a huge basketball fan, you know everything about basketball. Then someone's like, yo, you hear about that one Russian team? And you're just like, huh?
What do you mean?
Russian? No, man, that's outside my area.
There's so many like subgenres and like just like so much depth to like any subject where like there's no way you're gonna know everything. Like I would consider myself like a movie head, right?
Yeah.
And like there are just like people out there that are just like, oh my, just like know like some foreign directors like catalog, and I'm like, yo,
French cinema, you'd be like, oh yeah,
I've touched the surface on that a little bit, but no, it's
like, I can throw out a couple, but
it's about it. It's about it.
Yeah. Have you heard of this movie from 1973? It's
it's a good one.
I know. It's cool. It's interesting.
Anyways, that was that theory. So Ice, hit us with a different theory.
Okay. So the one that I have, there's a theory linking SpongeBob SquarePants characters to the 7 deadly sins. There are like clues to this being true at times, right? So like, for example, Mr. Krabs embodies like the idea of greed.
It tracks.
Exactly, right? Squidward represents wrath. Wraith.
It's Wrath.
Is it Wrath?
Yeah. I think so.
Is there an I in Wraith?
No, it's R-A.
There is, but that's a different.
It's a different word.
Yeah.
But okay,
like a Wraith is like
Wraith. I'm trying
like
to
specter.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of like the difference between Wraith and Wrath. Wrath, like fill my wrath upon you.
Yeah,
is like destruction.
Kind of like yeah.
Okay. Understand that. Now I'm confused because now I want to know what Wraith is.
Wraith is like a ghost.
Really?
Yeah. Really? Like a spirit.
Okay. Anyway, so
a Wraith is a ghost-like image of someone, especially one seen shortly before or after their death.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know that.
I don't know, man.
Why they're in some video games.
Honestly, like why would I?
Don't know your ghost lore. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure there's like some wraiths in The Witcher or something like that.
There are.
Okay, that's how I remember. That's how I remember. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Patrick displays sloth Is that a deadly sin?
That is, yeah.
I'm not familiar. Sorry. So
you don't know your 7 deadly sins off Brit?
And so on, right? Sandy Cheeks might be associated with pride due to her competitive nature. So this specific one, in Texas. Yeah. So this specific example, I mean, here's the thing. It didn't really give me like a episode.
Yeah. It's just their whole personality.
Yeah, exactly. But Mr. Krabs and the Sin of Greed. And there are episodes. So there's an episode called Plankton's Army and Crabborg. Mr. Krabs is portrayed as an excessively obsessed with money, showcasing characteristics associated with the sin of greed. That boy loves, bringing in the dough.
Money, raking in the cash, the gold coins.
Cash, he's out here. That guy's a big time capitalist, bro. Like, come on.
Super capitalist.
Hey, he's building a corporation right now. But honestly, that's really all I have for mine. Diego's really very much carrying this podcast.
Okay.
But it's true.
Yeah, I mean, I could see it definitely. On the topic of Spongebob, now this is one I heard when I was younger, and it's about Bikini Bottom being like a nuclear test site, and that's why all the fish are like talking and hanging out.
Oh yeah.
And this one, when looking this back up, I remember looking this up like when I was younger, but looking it back up, I found kind of like stuff that I remember like the exact article I remember reading when I was in like junior high school.
Wow.
And so the evidence says that it is based off a real place, the seabed surrounding Bikini Atoll, which Bikini Atoll is the site of an American nuclear weapons testing. They dropped like 67, this says, nuclear weapons on those islands, making them basically uninhabitable because of radiation. So like, I mean, Bikini Atoll, Bikini Bottom, I mean, it's kind of easy to see.
Very easy.
Another strange thing about it is with these like testings, they would use chipmunks to test the effects of radiation. So they'd like put chipmunks in the areas where they let the nukes off. So Sandy, also kind of weird. She's there, but maybe she's super smart because of the radiation. So that's just, I remember hearing that when I was real young. And looking up, it says, I mean, this article seemed pretty certain that it's true. Like it stated everything as a fact. I don't know.
It's from BuzzFeed.
Unless I get some like official sources, I'm not sure. But I see it though. I see it. That's all I'm going to say.
How could you discredit that?
I mean, it's like, it's so similar.
There's no way to say it's not true.
It's a lot of conveniences. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean?
So that's the birth of Godzilla.
Yeah.
The home of Godzilla.
Godzilla is an allegory for the nuclear weapon.
That's what I was thinking. Right? Like, do you think they're in the same universe?
They could be.
SpongeBob and Godzilla.
Godzilla. It's all the same.
Have you seen Godzilla Minus One, by the way?
No, sir. I'd love to, though.
Dude, you guys both gotta watch
so
it.
bad. It looks so good.
The black and white version comes out soon.
I might go just watch that then.
It's awesome. You guys definitely gotta watch it. And I didn't realize this, and I know this is a sidebar, but like I didn't realize how sick the like OG Godzilla theme is.
Oh yeah.
Until I watched that movie, I was like, "Yo, this is sick." It
goes crazy.
It's really good.
The Godzilla that came out in like 2014, 2015. I didn't really care for it.
Yeah.
But this like Godzilla Minus One actually looked sick. I was like, this looks a lot more like grounded. A little more like practical, I'd say.
Yeah, that Godzilla you're talking about is American.
Yeah,
and this one's the Japanese one. They're technically different Godzillas, right? Because they fight.
There's like 15 different Godzillas.
They even have a Godzilla movie where Godzilla fights other Godzillas, and he like totally murks the American one from like the 2000 film.
Wait, hang on.
They just like slaughter him.
Wait, hang on. Like for some reason they're in the same universe and they fight.
Yeah, they just did it for fun. They're like, we'll just have him kill the other Godzilla. We just don't like that Godzilla. Yeah. And then also, if you guys like Godzilla, Shin Godzilla is also amazing.
Oh, I do need to watch that.
It's like Godzilla, but he's like super, super, super evil.
Yeah, he's
really?
Like,
yeah. It came out like a couple years ago. I think it's a newer one.
Like check it out.
Is it live action?
Yeah.
Or really?
Yeah, it's Japanese.
Japanese also?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Check it out.
I really want to watch that one.
Both of you guys gotta go -1.
I definitely will be.
And the music and everything and the acting and I can't talk enough about it. I literally was like mind blown because I remember seeing everyone like go crazy about Godzilla -1 like on Twitter. Like the trailer came out like a while back, right? And I was like, I'll probably watch it. And then for some reason, one of these days, I was like, this looks sick. And I watched it. And my brother was like, this is sick. It was probably like back to like the movie talk was. This is probably like the most like not surprising. Like what would you call like
something unexpected.
Yeah, hidden gem from last year's movies was that Godzilla -1.
Yeah.
Check it.
Yeah. Came out of nowhere.
To watch it. How does it compare to that 2000 one with Matthew Broderick?
I have a soft spot for that because
I love the Matthew Broderick
because I grew up watching that.
The best Godzilla.
I know it's trash, right?
I grew up watching it and I have no nostalgia for it.
I love it. Not just because like everything about it, like it's New York, Matthew Broderick, the soundtrack is sick. You got Puff Daddy on there. Like
so sick.
It's very 2000s.
Yeah. Super 2000s.
Or late 90s.
Dude, for real.
Off topic a bit, sorry.
No, it's good. It's good. The next theory that I got here for you guys is related to Fairly Odd Parents and our boy Timmy Turner.
Timmy Turner.
Yeah.
Gonna get copyrighted
for a bird. Dude, I freaking love that song. Oh, such a good song. But yeah, again, just kind of laying down some groundworks in the Fairly Odd Parents. So the way the premise of the show goes is Timmy Turner, he's got some Fairly Odd Parents. They're kind of like his god fairies. And they'll basically show up whenever he needs help and just fulfill wishes as needed. But the way that these fairies operate, they have rules. And so rules are rules. They operate by a book of rules, literally called the rules. An example of some things that they follow is you can't wish or create or interfere with true love. You can't wish to win a competition. The fairies can't directly kill, maim, or injure living beings. Okay. However, if their magic does something and then that indirectly hurts, kills, or maims someone, that's totally fine. And then one of the more important ones right here is that the fairies only grant wishes to miserable children of the dominant species of Earth. Well, the dominant species of Earth is obviously humans. Sure. And then that first part right there is kind of the interesting thing. They only grant wishes to miserable children. And so what that implies is that Timmy Turner is a miserable child. He's depressed. There's a couple of like ways to kind of showcase that he is depressed. As an example, he struggles with academics. He's not doing good in school. He struggles with romance. He can't get the girl that he likes. He struggles with sports. You give him a football, bro's done for. And then on top of that, he has an abusive babysitter. His babysitter goes nuts against him. She's literally the worst. I can't remember her name, but she's the worst.
Vicky?
Yeah, Vicky.
How old is Timmy in this?
I don't know, actually.
Oh, he's probably like 11.
He's like a tween. 12. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's like a tween, or at least a child. Like, yeah.
I don't think he's in elementary, so.
Yeah, he might be like 6th, 7th grade. And then another thing too is his parents kind of view him and they treat him as a burden. They kind of just push him off, pawn him off, tell him to like go do his own thing. And that's what he does, is he kind of does his own thing. And so because Timmy Turner's depressed, this implies an even darker thing. This is the actual theory here, is that the fairies are antidepressants.
Oh my God.
And so Timmy Turner himself is on antidepressants. A big key for this is that he only ever runs into problems with his fairies when he abuses the use of their magic. When he overdoes it, when he just continues to ask for wish after wish after wish, that's when the fairies start to get run down. That's when things start to go badly in his life and things start messing up. It's kind of like a Pinky in the Brain thing where like the more like over the top you go, the more trouble you end up getting. And so there's an episode too where the villain of the show, the main antagonist, Mr. Crocker, he also has fairies. And so in this episode, it shows him as a child and he's sad in this episode. He's not doing good, not doing happy, but he's sad. And so the main reason for why they appear to him is because he's sad. And so he gets along with his fairies and then they help cheer him up. And then there's another interesting character in the show. It's Timmy's teacher. All the time, he's always trying to like brush off, like capture Wanda and Cosmo. And the whole reason, or the speculation behind that, is that he's a drug addict, and what he's really trying to do is he's trying to take Timmy's pills. He's trying to get his antidepressants. He wants the meds. And so that's the whole theory, is that he's depressed. His fairies are antidepressants.
That's very dark right there.
Yeah, oh my God. It's a sad
one. Boy, oh boy.
Yeah, but that's all I got for you on that one.
Thanks, Diego. Gosh,
you're so welcome.
Banger. Ruining everyone's childhood.
Dude, for real. There's so many dark things.
Was that on Cartoon Network as well? What was that?
That was on Nickelodeon.
Oh, that's right, Nickelodeon.
Never watched it.
Yeah, dude, there's so many like cartoons. It's crazy to think about, because there's Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, there's freaking Boomerang, there was like CW for kids.
Boomerang. CW was awesome.
Disney.
The Fox Box.
Fox
Don't know what
box.
that is.
It's where they showed like Dinosaur King and like Yu-Gi-Oh.
Dinosaur King.
Man, you guys weren't there. You had to be there.
I'm sorry.
They're like Kids WB.
How old are you again?
Dude, that's early 2000s. I don't know.
That's crazy.
Kids WB didn't watch that?
Okay,
That's like
here's the
Power
thing.
Rangers. And
We had like CW for kids.
Here's the thing.
maybe it's a similar thing.
I know what Kids WB is,
Yeah.
but that was like way before
They'd show
our
like
time.
Really?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was. It wasn't way before, but it was a time before our time.
I watched it in like 2006, 7, 8.
Kids WB?
Yeah, man.
I could have sworn like 2006 that era was CW for kids.
CW. But here's the thing: I didn't have
kids
Nickelodeon, I have Disney, I didn't have any of
was
that.
Saturday morning shows.
So
I
it
had
was
cable
Saturday
a little
morning.
bit.
Yeah.
As Saturday morning, it was CW 30 for me. It was because that's
Oh,
what they
CW
had.
for Kids is a local station. Oh, 4Kids. Yeah, okay, I watched 4Kids.
Oh, okay. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what it was. It was like the
didn't know the
Saturday morning
CW
cartoons. Eventually, Channel 4 would have some of the Disney shows.
It would. They'd
Like-
have like That's So Raven, Hannah Montana.
Sweet Life, and
Yeah.
then so there was like very minimal of that. And then
Those were super early,
Yeah.
if I remember. You had to get up at like 5 a.m. that crack of
no,
dawn to watch
okay, I don't
those.
know about 5 a.m., but they were early. Like I'd catch the ending of that.
That's what it was.
And then CW was my like I
Yeah.
loved like oh my gosh. Do you
Yes,
remember like okay, so they had Batman like the awesome
animated
Batman.
series.
Oh my
yeah.
god, dude.
What is it, the
amazing.
Batman?
Yeah,
It's
Batman
just
the
called
animated
Batman the
series.
Animated Series.
Oh yeah.
So good.
With that
good.
they had like the
Peak.
sickest theme song.
Mark Hamill Joker in that.
Yeah.
Fire.
Wild.
Kevin
And then it had
Conroy.
like those twins, the what's it called, the Ninja Twins or whatever, the girls or whatever. They
Oh,
looked
yeah.
scary. but
Yeah.
I can't remember.
What do they
I
look?
know what you're talking about.
They were scary, but they were awesome.
They have Robin dies in the show too. I mean,
what?
you ever seen that episode?
Jason Todd?
Yeah, he gets crowbarred. In the
I don't
show.
remember watching that in the show.
Right, does he get crowbarred? No, he
I
gets
thought that was
turned
in the
into like a
movie.
baby Joker. It might have been a
Oh
movie.
yeah.
I don't know, but
And then it's really
The Killing
sad.
Joke,
And then he
right?
kills Joker. It's not called the Killing Joke. Killing Joke's a different story.
okay, well,
not the check your Batman knowledge.
That
but-
Batman.
Unless I call
I
it
don't
the
got no
same
Batman
thing.
poster in here.
Killing Joke's an Alan Moore comic. Same person did The Watchmen.
That,
Fun fact.
Yeah.
that Batman series is sick, and then it would go like Yu-Gi-Oh would be on there as well.
Yu-Gi-Oh was on too.
Yu-Gi-Oh?
That was pretty early.
Pokemon would be on there.
Did you watch Naruto and stuff on there?
No, it wasn't.
Four
think it
Kids
was
did
on
it.
it.
Oh, they did.
What?
There's a 4Kids dub of Naruto and One Piece that they played on that.
No,
I know they
cap.
had Dragon Ball. That's how
They
I
did
got
have
into
Dragon
Dragon
Ball.
Ball.
That's how
They had Teen Titans.
I could pull
Teen
up.
Titans. Oh my god, dude.
my
Teen Titans
God.
Teen
was so
Titans was
sick.
the best. And they,
So 4Kids
weird.
redubbed One Piece and Naruto and Dragon Ball to
Ain't no
remove
way.
a bunch of inappropriate stuff so it's more for kids, and they redid the One Piece opening to be a rap.
yeah, I don't remember
What?
any of that.
Oh, you guys
I
don't remember
any
that?
of that.
No,
Okay, that
man.
definitely look at
We were
this.
watching two different
One Piece 4Kids
Yeah.
opening.
two different stations.
It's completely different from the
That's
original
such a
one.
CW for kids thing.
This I can't believe you guys didn't watch. I definitely watched that on
You're
4Kids.
watching something different. I swear.
I watched that. We watched Toonami, late night Cartoon Network. You ever watch that?
No,
Oh,
I was asleep.
That's like it's between Cartoon Network and Adult Swim. They played anime.
Okay.
Yeah, I was sleeping at that time.
Wow, losers.
I was watching like Scooby Doo, Tom and Jerry.
Well, yeah, I was. Stupid.
Popeye was awesome.
Well, I was watching Bleach and Bobo.
Two different
What?
eras here.
There's no way. Though that was not on CW.
It was on Toonami, brother.
Okay,
not
okay,
CW.
okay,
Not
okay.
CW.
Now you're getting it mixed up. Sorry.
my bad.
All right. Back to the show at hand. My next presentation is not really a presentation, but it's Tom and Jerry, the show of Tom and Jerry. The theory states that Tom and Jerry were actually friends. I looked into it, and I was trying to see what can be unveiled from this. There are like a lot of moments, like nothing was definitive about like them being friends, but there are a lot of moments in certain episodes where like they work together as a team to like do something. You know, like they have that like let's put our problems aside sort of thing.
enemy.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Exactly. So like that's like what it is. Like let's put our problems aside to fix this. What was the one you were talking about earlier?
Like
today?
Pinky in the Brain?
No. The specific moment in Tom and Jerry.
I can't remember off the top of my head.
Apparently they like fight a mob boss together or something like that.
Yeah, they go to like they go to Italy.
There's a lot of episodes of Tom and Jerry.
I can't remember where.
so
they go.
many.
Maybe they go to
So-
Venice.
They go somewhere.
Yeah.
They fight a mob boss together, take him down, and then the other one I remember was specifically they like both save a baby to to prevent the baby from getting hit by cars in like the open road.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like apparently they get kidnapped or no,
Yeah.
they get arrested for kidnapping the baby, both of them. It's wild, dude. Tom and Jerry is something else.
They probably, it's kind of like the Goku Vegeta friends, right? Like you spend enough time, your rivals, and you that means you're around each other a lot, and then eventually you're just like,
enemies to lover pipeline.
Or like Lex Luthor and Superman, that happens.
Did they? Is that actually how it happens?
Friends loosely. It's more like they understand each other.
They're
like
on business terms.
Well, yeah, it's like when Superman's dying in All-Star Superman, which the new Superman's kind of loosely based off of. He goes to Lex Luthor and is like, hey man, you got to stop being evil because I'm going to die and there's going to be no one here. And you got to be good guy now. Lex is like, oh.
He's like, oh,
shoot. And they have like a heart to heart and it's really good.
Really? He's like, I don't really want to be
He's like, well, because it's like, man, I'm losing my guy. What am I going to do? Well, guess I have to be a good guy now.
He's like, what am I supposed to do without you? Thing, right?
Yeah.
It's like my entire purpose is to freaking kill you, you know, or like.
Like, what am I going to do? It's like in the Harley Quinn show, they kidnap Batman, and then I think like Scarecrow pulls off Batman's mask in front of Joker, and Joker gets mad because he's like, I didn't want to know who he is, and now it doesn't matter. What's the point?
They just like are obsessed with doing this like cat and mouse sort of thing, right? Like, I get it.
Yeah, that's really what it is. It's a cat and mouse sort of thing.
Exactly.
Tied it back to that. It does make sense. That has friends.
That has to have come. The phrase should must have come from Tom and Jerry because of how old it's been, right?
Dude, it has to.
Right? No, you don't think so?
I think so. I mean, no,
actually, you're right. No, that was silly.
That
was stupid.
Much before that.
Before Tom and Jerry, there was definitely cats and mice.
Some like freaking. You probably could find that in like.
Silly me.
A Shakespeare story. Like, it's going to be definitely not.
Let's cut that.
That was a good one.
There was something about that. I was like, I'm onto something.
You were cooking for a second. I was like, hey, keep going.
I'm low-key onto something. And then I realized there were cats and mice.
Before Tom
invented.
Domesticated, maybe.
Silly me.
Gosh. It does make sense, though, if they're friends, though. Because, like, if they're enemies, you would assume that at some point Tom would catch Jerry. Because that's what most cats typically do. They typically catch mice, and they're pretty effective at it. Like if you have like Tom a cat in your house,
I'm gonna be honest.
Tom is what?
Inept.
Yeah, Tom is foolish.
But at the same time, he's also kind of like Brain because he does the same thing. He comes up with elaborate plans to try and capture Jerry, and it doesn't work. If he were to just, I don't know, maybe be a cat instead of try to be a genius, maybe he'd catch Jerry.
Well, it's probably like I don't know. Friends is probably loosely. It's like if Jerry was in trouble, Tom would probably save him. But then they go back to being like enemies.
Yeah, I'm sure that's probably there's definitely evidence of that probably in episodes
I'm sure
where like I can't let him die because of that.
Because they have like episodes where Jerry, Tom, and the dog who's like Tom's enemy all are like just hanging out and they're cool now.
Yeah, it's true. There are episodes where they do that.
Spike.
Yeah, they're just chilling. So it's a loose relationship. It's an interesting relationship. It's complicated.
It is complicated.
There's a lot of depth to it.
Yeah. Because I mean, like, if you're an owner and you can tell that like your cat's trying to like catch mice, you're not gonna get rid of your cat. But if you're, I don't know, like in my head, the way it works is like you have your cat and you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna keep my cat because he's catching mice. And so that's the expectation is that he's going to catch Jerry, but he just pretends to try to catch him. They just like hang out all the time, have fun. Okay. Not really have fun. I don't know.
Okay, you wrapped it back. I was not understanding where you were going with this statement, but you pulled it. I get it.
Yeah. So I'm like, so they're just like, he's like pretending to like do the work to try and catch him so that he doesn't get got.
He gets beat up a lot for pretending, but hey, man.
Yeah, doesn't his owner, like the lady, always beat him up or something like that?
Yeah, the lady doesn't like. It seems like the lady doesn't like him either.
That's messed up, bro. Yeah, he gets.
He's kind of a little beat. He gets beat.
Yeah, he gets hit in the head a lot. Yeah. It's that little freaking
goose egg.
That's like this big. Yeah, it's scary.
It's enormous.
All right, well, my next one is another one I heard when I was a teenager and also read creepypastas all the time. And it's about Ash actually being in a coma for the whole Pokemon series, and the Pokemon are hallucinating. Now, once again, I have heard this one when I was in like junior high school.
Back to the days.
And so the idea is that in the first episode, he's riding his bike and he like falls over and like gets kind of hurt. Only after that point does he start seeing Pokemon around. And so that's the idea is that, he's actually in a coma. and like Pikachu shocking him all the time is like the defibrillator, them trying to revive him. And like why like this kid who's just 12 can like go on an adventure around the world and stuff. You know, and he has all these friends and stuff. That's the whole idea. Now, I'll let you decide if it's real.
I believe it. Honestly, I'm sold. The second you said he fell off the bike, I was like, oh, well,
the second you said he didn't see any Pokemon beyond that point.
To be honest, I've heard that. Like even when I read the story when I was younger, I heard that. I did never rewatch the episode to know if that's true. So it might not be true.
Yeah. So maybe
that is something that is repeated very commonly.
Yeah. Somebody want to fact check this?
Fact check us, please.
Fact check us, because I've never gone back to check.
That's okay. It's a fun theory.
Who needs to like cite your sources or anything, man?
Nobody.
No, me.
Ain't gotta do it.
A Reddit post is all I need.
That's all I need too, dude. I'm digging through like all the Reddit threads. I'm like, okay, yeah, they're onto something.
You dig through them, bro. I look at the first one. I'm like, all right.
Once I see like there's like multiple threads to like one, I'm like, all right, I'm out.
I'm out. I'm done.
I saw the one. It's fine. I got the gist of it. Yeah, so that's you know what? Maybe Pokemon's all in your dream. You should wake up now. Your family misses you. Wake up. That's all.
What if at the end he just woke up?
Well, that's also like the other idea is like why he doesn't age is because he's in a coma.
Oh yeah.
But like I mean,
bro's.
I think this theory was made.
Bro's been young for a while.
This theory was made like 10 years ago, and he's like out of the show now, and like the world champion. He's not even in the new series anymore.
Does he come back at all? Like. Older,
he's a little older in the last like couple, but then I don't know if he's come back. They kind of said okay, he's done, and now there's like 2 kids that are the main characters. That's the last time. I don't keep up on that close. Okay, I'm gonna be honest.
Okay, I don't know.
I just know it was a big deal when Ash like left the show.
I guess it's like a big deal anytime any main character leaves the show. It was like the same thing with like Dragon Ball when like Goku stepped down so that Gohan could like take over.
Yeah, but then Goku
they bring him back anyways.
The original plan was Gohan was gonna be the main character from then on of the whole Dragon Ball Z. He was gonna be the main character because Goku's the main character in Dragon Ball. But everyone just like Goku too much.
Goku's the GOAT.
Well, people like Gohan, but they just like Goku better because he's Goku.
So much better, bro.
He's just a built different.
Isn't there like a new one that just barely got announced or whatever?
Oh, there was a
trailer that came out like
there's like a joke one
today about like
really
Oh, I know they still make Super like the manga for Super, so they're continuing it, but I don't know about the show.
The new one came out like the trailer just barely came out today of a new Dragon Ball.
There's a game.
Oh, Dragon Ball Daima Season 1.
Oh, Daima's like the comedy one, I think.
Okay. I gotta look into that. I don't know anything about Daima.
It's like you guys don't know, but it's Rock Lee and his Amazing Ninja Friends or something like that. It's like a comedy. It's not canon. It's just like skit comedy
Interesting.
show. I know one of those is coming out, and I think
is that the one that I'm talking about?
Yeah, it came out today.
Okay.
Yeah, the first episode did.
Yeah,
Interesting. The next thing I'm going to talk about here is Ed, and Eddy.
Sure.
So there's a theory about how the cul-de-sac that they're all in is actually Purgatory. And so I'm going to kind of like read off a couple of notes here.
I've also read this one as a creepypasta when I was in junior high.
But basically, like I said, the theory is that the kids who inhabit the cul-de-sac, they're actually dead in reality.
Boy.
And but basically like the lives they're leading, they're leading lives they lead. The lives they're living. That's the word. Thank you.
Leading works too.
Living. Yeah. I guess it does too. But basically everything that they do takes place in Purgatory because that's what the cul-de-sac is.
What's Purgatory?
It's not heaven or hell. Do you want to explain that?
Yeah.
Is there like a middle ground?
So there's like the divine comedy, is Paradise, Purgatory, and Inferno.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Dante.
Yeah.
Dante
read the book.
Alighieri, what's his name? That I can't pronounce because I'm white.
Not Dante's Inferno.
Dante's Inferno is the book, but that's 1/3 of the book.
I can't remember
his
the
last name's like
allegory.
It doesn't matter. I don't know.
Here, you look it up and interrupt me when you get it. But yeah, basically, according to the theory, the children of the cul-de-sac each hail from different eras. It's spanning from the early 1900s to the early 2000s. And so this kind of explains why in the show it's hard to pinpoint what the year is because you can't tell based off of like a single person. They all have like different personalities. They act different ways. And again, there also aren't any adults in the show, which make it makes it even harder to figure out, okay, what time period are they living in? Who are their parents? Who are their families? But the idea is that Rolf, he arrived first from the 1900s. Basically what happened is like his family moved to Peach Creek in order to establish a farm on the land. He died in around 1903 when the family's farm animals stampeded and trampled him, which I shouldn't be laughing, but that's so like funny, goofy to me.
Silly to die.
Yeah, and so this is supposed to be the reason for why he only has one cow, one goat, a few pigs, a few chickens. That's why he's got those in the afterlife, really. The next person to come through was Johnny 2x4, the dude with the plank. So he came
His name is Plank.
Johnny doesn't have any friends, and so what he did is he took a marker and drew a face on a piece of wood, and that's why he dubbed it Plank. But that kind of behavior is pretty unusual in modern times. You don't go to school and see somebody take a piece of wood and draw a face on it and say, "This is my friend."
Yeah.
So
let him be, man.
Yeah, let him be. Let him be.
Let him cook.
I've seen it.
We got iPad kids.
Yeah, I'd rather be a Plank boy than an iPad kid.
Yeah, that's some Tom Sawyer, Huckleberry Finn kind of attitude there. And so he died in 1922 after fighting a long battle with tuberculosis.
Tuberculosis?
6 years before the discovery of penicillin.
Oh, man, that's unfortunate, huh?
Tuberculosis.
And so he took his friend Plank with him into the afterlife, since Plank was the last thing he saw before he died. But Purgatory also kind of explains why Plank has occasional sentient behavior, which kind of odd if you think about it. The next form of proof here is that Eddy came next. He was born in New York, eventually moved to Peach Creek during the Great Depression era, so around the 1920s, 1930s. And he's always trying to get a quick buck. He's always coming up with scams to get money from the cul-de-sac kids, really in an effort to escape the poverty he lived like his entire life in. He's kind of stuck in that impoverished mindset where he's trying to crawl out of the hole.
He's trying to grind.
He's rising grinding.
He's just a grinder.
He's a grinder. That's really what it is. His dad, he didn't really have like a proper father figure, since his real father figure like abandoned him and his mother like after he was born. With this came the big bro he adored and idolized so very much, despite the latter's abusive nature.
Hey, that's last episode of Ed and Eddy's. His brother comes into town finally, and his brother's really, really mean to him. And
that's nuts.
The kids in the cul-de-sac like work together to beat up his brother.
Yeah, F the older brother.
The older brother like he's just a real not fun guy.
Bro, older brothers are bullies.
He's just like and like Ed idolizes him. Like the whole series, he's like, oh yeah, my big brother's so cool, and he finally shows up in the series, and he's like just like beats his brother up and like degrades him. It's bad.
That's crazy. That's sad.
And that's how the show ends. Sad.
Also, that's like insane like specifics.
It is
like how these people have died and like
it's crazy.
The different times they
creative writing class over here. That's all right, man.
That's just wild.
I got some more for you here. I got some more for you. So yeah, that was Eddy. But Ed and Sarah are the next ones to come to the cul-de-sac. So their father, he died in World War II. And so as a result, their mother became distant and disconnected. To cope, Sarah kind of developed her like bossy attitude, which you kind of notice in families where, there's not like a mother figure, or like she's very like distant and cold. Like you can see that sometimes where the mom kind of takes control. She becomes the mom, or not the mom, the daughter takes control. She becomes the mom to like the siblings and everything like that. So that's basically what Sarah did. She tried to fill that role of like their parents, specifically like their mother, where Ed, on the other hand, he kind of just shut down. He kind of like shut himself off from the world. He kind of became a little bit more of like a recluse.
An introvert.
Yeah. Kind of like a nerd where he found
a troglodyte.
his what does that mean? Troglodyte. I don't know that word.
Caveman.
Yeah,
that's
caveman. Not
crazy word.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Big words.
Big words. I got
I
tiny
didn't mean
it. And basically he kind of does like he escapes his reality through like comic books and games and like having fun. Kind of like what we do to escape reality with video games. We just the grind. It's grinding us.
I live in the here and now.
That's how I get into reality.
Yeah. Some Ready Player One.
I'm better.
I'm better. But basically the way that these guys died, the way that Ed and Sarah died, is they both died in a freak car accident in 1953. And so that's why they joined all the other kids in the cul-de-sac. After that, it was Naz, born in the 1960s to some hippie parents, described as a flower child. In the summer of 79, a serial killer escaped from the local asylum, made his way into her house, and I don't want to read that, and killed her.
That's awful.
Yeah.
Who comes up with this
They're creepypastas. They're just people trying to be like, this is scary. This show you like is scary.
It is scary and very dark.
And dude, it just keeps building. It keeps adding more and more and more. Yeah. So Ed, Double D, was born in the 70s when her parents prepared to attend college from a young age because that was kind of like the societal norm. That was the expectation. She was raised by some very, very strict, controlling, emotionally distant parents. He is largely believed to have died of a gas leak causing an explosion with the Bunsen burner from his chemistry set. Kevin was born around the early 1980s. He was born to a broken down house, also had an abusive father who was poorly educated, and his mother passed away when he was a year old. Because of his home life situation, Kevin would act his frustration out on the other children of the cul-de-sac, kind of becoming a bully to cope with his repressed anger. So his fascination with his bike kind of fits into that extreme sports stereotype, that kind of like punkish, rebellious attitude.
Cool guy vibe.
Cool guy vibe. That's really what it is. He's the cool kid. And then one night in winter of 99, his father fatally beat him in a fit of drunken rage.
Wonderful.
And he died while on his way to the hospital. His father was convicted of murder and was sentenced to life in prison. When Kevin entered the afterlife, he reimagined his father as a loving man that would shower him in gifts, kind of the way that Eddy imagined glorified his older brother. Two more here, the last two. Jimmy was the last child to enter the cul-de-sac. He was born in the early 1990s. He was diagnosed with leukemia, never really associated with any of the other kids in the cul-de-sac, mostly because his parents believed he was too frail to be around the other kids. So he just kind of remained bedridden for the remainder of his life. After a difficult battle with leukemia, he eventually succumbed and soon became part of Purgatory in the cul-de-sac. Some main evidence points that people point out in all of this is the fact that the children all have green-blue tongues. When you die, your body loses like its oxygen, so your tongue does become blue. Eventually when you die, you start to, even you kind of become like a bluish pale kind of color because the oxygen
color dissolves.
Yeah, that's really what happens. And so that's like something that people point at as evidence. Another thing too is again, there's no adults in the show. There is a conspicuous lack of adults in the show. The other thing about the show is it's kind of an endless summer. It's like it's a little bit like Phineas and Ferb, where it's just endless summer. There's no seasons. There's no fall, winter, spring. It's just always summer.
Okay, well there is fall. They have Halloween episodes.
Okay, I lied. There might be fall.
I don't know. I'm kind of an Eddy expert, so like
I know nothing about this. I should have gave this one to you.
Really? Oh my word! I've
only
seen
like
every episode of that show. That was like one of my favorites when I was a kid.
Really? They're just crackheads, bro. I couldn't get into it.
That's why I liked it. It was so strange.
I couldn't get into this.
The Halloween episode is legitimately like still freaky. Like it's weird. I don't know. Watch it. I don't know.
That's interesting. And then like the final main thing is in the Ed and Eddy movie, Lee Kanker, he's kind of depicted as a giant imposing figure in a sea of flames.
It's a woman.
My bad. She's kind of depicted as a giant imposing,
he really hasn't seen this show.
Imposing figure in a sea of flames up to her waist. Mm-hmm. Thematically, this is rooted in like European Christian like symbolic art of what hell is, like purgatory is, specifically like beings such as like Satan and stuff like that.
Purgatory. Can we clarify that?
It's not purgatory. It's the middle ground. It's the middle ground.
Place.
I was just about to bring that up.
Hey,
that's
whatever,
really what
man.
it is. But in like classic Christian, I think Catholicism, in purgatory, you can see heaven, you can see hell. And so you can still see the fires of hell.
Okay, sure. You give me on a technicality. There,
just the technicalities there.
Man.
Well, I mean, if
I'm right, I don't know very much about Catholicism.
I don't know.
If we're going with
I read Dante's Inferno.
Yeah.
That's just Dante's Inferno is just fan fiction. I'm gonna be honest.
That's really what it is. But that's the whole theory. There is the fact that they're all just in
biography.
It's a biography. Yeah, he did that. He went to all those places. It's a biography. He went to paradise. He went to purgatory. He went to hell.
He did it all.
Hasn't been.
I've been there, brother.
Been there, done that.
And by the way, his last name's Alighieri, and I just pronounced it really white. I mean, I also pronounced it really white there, but it was whiter before.
Is it Alighieri?
Alighieri. It's like it's Italian.
Okay.
I think.
I'm not gonna try.
I'm not even gonna get. Yeah, I looked up a video, listened to it, and was like, "Whew."
Wow. That is a mouthful.
Well, good one. I like how it says the summer is endless in parentheses in the earlier seasons.
That's what it is. I just skipped it. I didn't read anything that's like counter evidence. I completely exclude.
I was like, no,
because there's a whole section here on counter evidence that I'm not going to read.
I don't know.
I got time for that.
I just want to know what's cool, brother.
That's all I want to know. I just want to know what the kids think these days.
Yeah, I mean, you could also say I don't remember any episodes where they go to school. school. So
yeah, they don't. They never go to school. You're right about that.
Not that I know of. I can think off the top of my head.
And you've seen all of them.
I'm gonna say
at least at some point I have. Yeah,
I know. They don't.
Going off of what you're saying,
yeah, man, totally. Yeah,
I'll shoulder the weight here.
I like that.
There you go. That's a very interesting.
That was a very interesting and long one, brother.
Very long. I had to read through all of it because I didn't
You skipped the Cankers one.
I did. I was getting bored of it. I was getting bored of it. I was getting bored of reading. I was like, this is too much reading.
I think it's relatively interesting as a fan theory.
What everything you said, it was just I enjoyed it. I really enjoy that.
If there was an actual show like that,
this is scary.
If that show was actually like that, it'd be interesting.
It reminds me of Lost or something.
Yeah,
a little bit of that.
Well, if you read creepypastas at all, it was all the TV shows. Squidward Suicide is a classic one.
Yeah,
all of them are based on usually everyone in the show is dead and this is their nightmare, and it's oh yeah,
that's kind of scary.
It kind of plays along the idea too of what is it, Over the Garden Wall?
Oh yeah,
where the two main kids they're basically knocked out. They fall into a lake and they're kind of drowning, and so the whole show takes place around what's happening in their minds as they're drowning.
That's very dark.
It is. They get saved. They live.
They don't die.
They don't die. So they do live. But
thanks for spoiling it. But okay.
Yeah, now you don't have to watch it, Evan.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Just never watch it.
You got a size.
All right, giving the viewers a break.
Oh, okay.
Because relax over there, Diego.
Oh, thank God.
Diego's sweaty over there.
Dude. He is sweaty.
I'm parched.
Diego's take a sip. Take a sip. Okay, so I got Rugrats. And Rugrats, that show sucks.
What?
I hate it.
That's also a show I've seen every episode of.
I'm kidding. I'm lying.
What?
You better be lying.
I was about to agree with you. I was I didn't like it.
What?
I was like, this is such a mid show.
I'm gonna be honest though.
It's strange. It's so weird.
Yeah. So I don't remember too much of it. I remember
they go to Paris and they go to Little Tokyo in Paris, and that's where Chucky's dad finds his new wife in Little Tokyo in Paris for some reason.
You read about that?
Anyway,
sorry, Rugrats lore. I don't know.
No,
that's weird.
No, we'll continue this in a moment. Okay, so this is a theory that I'm sharing here. So the theory proposes that Rugrats take place in Angelica's imagination. To prove this point, this is proof, by the way. This isn't a theory. I should rephrase that.
Oh.
Not theory. This evidence of the show taking place in Angelica's imagination is due to the fact that in one episode, there is an episode called Angelica's Ballet. In this episode, Angelica's ballet teacher, Jonathan, refers to Angelica as a princess and her classmates as common babies. So yeah, that's it. So
I've seen that episode. I don't know what point you're trying to make.
Guys.
Source? I made it up.
Source? right here.
What I know to be true.
No, but some argue that this mirrors the theory, the notions that Angelica sees the other babies as mere figments of her imagination with roles defined by her own perceptions. So she's the main character and everyone else is just there.
Except she's not even in every episode though.
I know, but she's the main character.
Bad. Yeah, yeah. no, you're right. I'm sorry.
In her perspective.
Yeah.
And this is all in her imagination.
I agree.
You do agree?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, thank you. Back me up on this. So
I just said you got it, man. I was just clarifying some things.
And that's coming from a Rugrats expert.
Mm-hmm. You've seen all the episodes.
I had them on VHS, the orange VHSs that were Nickelodeon.
I remember those.
Oh yeah,
cool.
No, that's an interesting theory because it yeah.
Is it?
I don't got any words. I don't got no words. I'm trying to be
that's an interesting theory, man.
That's the one I don't know anything about. Where I'm I don't know if I can.
I don't even
this one.
I some of them you can be oh, this is well written. Oh, you could see if the showrunner could have been make even a spin-off of the show being that, where that's the premise. This one's just kind of sure.
No, what I should have done is I should have gave that one to Braden, had Braden come up with his own spin on it, and then
good idea.
Said. I just didn't know that Braden was.
You think I can come a
Rugrats expert?
I don't know. You want me to write fan fiction for Rugrats?
Absolutely.
I don't think I could. Kind of cut and dry with the Rugrats. Oh no, because then they go to All Grown Up. I don't know if you knew that.
No, I didn't know that. What?
Do you know All Grown Up? It's the Rugrats like in like high school or junior high.
Are they still?
And they like
besties?
skateboard.
Are they still besties?
Yeah,
That's crazy,
dude. You guys don't know All Grown Up? It's them being older.
No, I do.
I watched a ton of that.
I didn't know any of this.
Yeah, you got all the faves are back. I don't know what that is.
I don't know. That's gotta be fan art.
We got Dill Pickle. We got Tommy Pickles.
All grown.
I love Dill Pickle. That's
crazy.
Tommy's little brothers.
I didn't even know there's an All Grown Up. I'm lacking.
Man,
on
you guys
my
are
Rugrats.
lacking on your Rugrats lore.
Okay, here's the thing.
Okay,
I'm lacking on
brother.
so many Cartoon Nickelodeon shows or like Cartoon Network Nickelodeon shows because I never had them. I also never had Boomerang, and so I'm missing out on all of those as well. All I had was
bro.
CW.
You're
for
really
kids.
messing out on freaking the Jetsons, bro. The Jetsons lore.
The
is
Jetsons
deep.
and Yogi Bear. There are theories about the Jetsons.
It was on Boomerang.
I was a
used to watch
Boomerang.
that.
I did Scooby
And the
Doo.
Flintstones.
Smurfs. Popeyes.
Or are you Scooby Doo or what was it called?
Popeyes was like Popeyes.
Yeah,
was my
Scooby-Doo.
favorite.
But Scooby Doo I got on CW.
Where are you?
Yeah, true.
Or did
But,
you
like, the
get
original
what's new
Scooby-Doo.
Scooby Doo? There's like the old Scooby Doo.
Yeah, that's the one I watched. The old
one, I'm pretty
one.
sure.
And then we also like Zombie Island era Scooby Doo. We also watched
Man,
Couldn't
Terror
tell
Time
you.
again.
Couldn't tell you about
You
that.
know.
I saw both. I don't know where I saw them, but I saw both.
Yeah, you definitely saw both. I mean, I saw both. That was like our era Scooby Doo, and then the old Scooby Doo.
Yeah, Alien Invaders.
It's like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You guys watch?
Oh,
yeah. Oh, they had that on
yeah,
Saturday.
yeah,
that was
yeah,
that was
yeah.
clutch.
That was sick.
There's
Oh,
like every
God.
generation of kid has like their Teenage
Their
Mutant Ninja
teenage-
Turtles.
Yeah.
The old ones.
Yeah, there's some,
The
I
80s
mean, hey.
or whatever, like the early 90s.
some of those 80s
something like
shows
that.
go hard though. I
They kinda
mean,
do.
They go way
Transformers, He-Man doesn't age well, but I
Never
like
saw.
He-Man still. I like
He-Man.
Orko, the wizard.
Skeletor? No.
Man, Skeletor's not a wizard.
He's the villain. I don't
He's
know.
a good
That's all
boy.
it is.
Actually, I mean, spoiler alert for anyone watched the new He-Man show on Netflix. He ends up being the bad guy.
I don't know.
Oh
Nothing
yeah, it is
about
Orko. Yeah.
Do you guys remember, real quick, do you guys
Okay.
remember the show Jackie Chan Adventures?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where they get like the
Vaguely.
little like hexagon, octagon
Yeah.
things.
Sick, dude.
I have
Sick.
a PS1 game of it.
Sick.
That's crazy.
That game, or
I have
that,
2 Jackie Chan PS1
that
games.
show
'cause I got
was
another one
low-key
too.
sick, dude. And
That's
there was
sick.
another one called Shaolin Showdown.
I watched Shaolin Showdown.
Yeah, that
He's
was
got
sick.
the red pole that like
Yup.
extends.
Yeah, we got like,
Ooh.
what's his name? Cowboy, dude.
Yeah, the cowboy one.
Yeah.
You don't know Shaolin Showdown?
Oh, dude, it's sick.
Shaolin Showdown's one. It's like one of those ones that like you only saw every
Vaguely.
once in a while.
Oh
like
my
it would come up
God,
randomly.
dude. Yeah, I like remember seeing this like
You guys watch
once or twice.
American Dragon?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
American Dragon with, what's his name? What's his name?
Jake, right?
Jake.
Jake American Dragon. Yeah.
Jake something.
Jake Long.
All,
I think it is Jake Long. Yeah, yeah.
all Asian inspired American cartoons.
Yeah, it's pretty
Dude, they're
sick, actually.
sick.
Okay, you guys watch Code Lyoko?
No.
Look, you don't know Code Lyoko?
No, I don't know this at all.
I don't know what
This
that
does not
is.
ring any bells to me.
Dude, I had a game for it on DS. Like, I come on.
What about
They had 3D and 2D animation. They go into like a video game and it'd be 3D animation.
No.
And they'd leave and it'd be 2D.
No, I remember Cyber Chase though.
I do.
Cyber Chase, yeah, some PBS.
You guys watch,
It's a classic.
what is it called? Chaotic? Live It, Play It, Chaotic.
What
It's like
are
the
you
card
talking
game
about
that they
right
would
now?
like teleport into.
What are you talking about right now?
Dude,
bro?
I'm so sorry.
There's another one I
Bakugan
know.
Battle Brawlers?
I know
Bakugan?
Bakugan. I never saw the.
There's a
the
show about it.
Yeah. What about Beyblade?
I never watched anything Beyblade.
Oh, you
related.
know what's a random
Duel
one?
Masters?
Digimon.
Oh, I love Digimon.
I never saw that one.
Dude, there's
wild.
in the original Digimon movie that I had on VHS, there's a Bare Naked Ladies song. The one that goes like, "It's been 1 week since you looked at me." You know that one?
Oh no.
No idea.
What? I feel lost in the early
Yeah.
2000s
I
right
think a
now.
similar
With my
thing that I
own
saw.
peers.
was,
No. You just had a lot more access to. a bunch of
That's what it
different-
is.
different
I did. I went to
channels.
like
We're some
the
little broke
DI
boys.
every like week with my mom, and she'd be like, "You can just buy like a 50-cent thing," and I buy like a VHS or something.
Why didn't we do that? We should have done that.
Seriously, I needed that.
we didn't think
Yeah, we
that through.
freaking were fiends in the thrift store when I was younger.
We didn't think
Hey,
that at
I was
all.
in there too, honestly, with the toys though. I wasn't.
toys,
Yeah,
that's
that's
what
what.
it was.
Yeah.
We were looking at
25-cent
movies.
toys. Your mom's like, "You can get 2 25-cent toys."
Oh, dude.
And you're in there getting the McDonald's toys that have been there.
Yeah.
Half broken Power Ranger. You know how it is.
Those are clutch.
I had some of the sickest collections due to DI and
Oh, the
thrift
best.
shopping.
Yeah, dude. Another show, I think it's kind of like Digimon that I remember was Magi Nation.
Oh, I know Magi Nation.
love
too.
Magi
Hold
Nation.
on, can you pull it up?
Yeah.
Because
Pull
I'm
it
pretty
up, pull it
sure
up.
I think I know what you're talking about. Oh my gosh.
Magi Nation sucks.
Yeah,
I love Magi
100%.
Nation.
I completely forgot about this.
Okay, wait, look
Until
up
just now. That's so wild.
Look up Chaotic.
Crazy.
You guys didn't watch this? You guys didn't watch this?
Nah, bro.
This is not ringing any bells.
What? This was like I think it was a Kids WB. Maybe that's why. Maybe you guys didn't watch Kids WB.
No clue. No
clue. Sorry, guys.
No, you're good.
I didn't mean it. I'm just kidding. I don't know this show either.
All right. Back on track.
Sorry.
Let's wrap it up.
Is it me?
Is he the last one?
No, I got one more after him.
What do you mean you got one more?
You got one more?
Started. You got 4?
I got 4 just to start and finish.
He's trying to help.
Hurry up. I gotta pee so bad. Hurry.
Hey, go pee. I'm going to talk about chaotics. Okay, everybody. So chaotic. It's live it, play it, chaotic. Okay, it's a card game, and they have like these little Palm Pilots, and then they're like go in the game, and then they become like the Beast. Is it a card game? I actually don't remember. I know there was a card game. You ever
We're gonna
watch?
say it is. We're gonna say it is.
Did you ever watch Duel Masters?
No, I never saw it.
It was like a Yu-Gi-Oh ripoff.
No.
Okay, look up Dinosaur King. You didn't watch Dinosaur King?
Dinosaur King is.
What? Dinosaur King is what you want to be at.
That sounds familiar.
You don't remember this guy?
I don't know who these guys are.
Oh,
wait. I vaguely remember seeing that dude in the red.
It was like one of those ones that you only saw on like once in a blue moon.
I think that might have been it. I might have seen it maybe at once in my life. Like one episode and then never saw it again.
It's also like one of the like Japanese shows that made it over.
Because once you said that theme song, I was like, that actually does sound very familiar.
Your theme song.
Yeah.
You tell me you didn't watch Digimon, by the way?
I didn't watch I don't even know what Digimon is.
You don't know what Digimon is?
Like Yu-Gi-Oh?
No, it's like Pokemon. It's a digital monsters. They go to like the Digi world. I like Digimon a lot.
I never saw Digimon.
Did you ever Tamagotchi? Do you know what Tamagotchi is?
Are those
So what's tattooed on my leg right now?
Are they those little like stick things that have like the ball and you like?
No.
Okay.
It's like a Kadachi. What a Kadama? You know, Tamagotchis are like the little virtual pets from like the early 2000s.
I don't know, man. I might have seen a commercial
tattooed on my leg, bro.
That's so crazy.
Do you know what a Tamagotchi is?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, you know Digimon too.
I don't know what a Tamagotchi is.
Okay. I have a Tamagotchi. Yeah, he doesn't know either. And I have a Tamagotchi tattooed on my leg, and this brother's like...
It was one of those things that like I didn't realize I knew until recently, though, because like I knew what a Tamagotchi was. I didn't know exactly like I don't think I've ever like I never knew anybody with a Tamagotchi.
Oh, see, I had one. I actually still have a couple.
Really?
I'm a big Tamagotchi fan.
Never bought one.
This is the Tamagotchi. There's a song called Tamagotchi. It's sick. Oh, I have another one to talk to you about, which is like probably my favorite one.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
Static Shock.
Static Shock is banger. That's a DC
I
comic.
loved Static Shock.
Yeah, I loved it too.
Put in Static Shock, bro.
Dude, Static Shock is such a
I haven't
classic.
seen Static. I feel like you would watch Static Shock in the modern age and be like, nah,
Dude,
this show's sick.
He's like a little
Oh,
teen.
okay. I remember seeing this character. I never saw the show.
He's actually a pretty cool like comic character too.
He looks sick,
Yeah,
bro.
he's sick, dude.
His like most recent stuff, the author did a good job.
He's supposed to. They were supposed to make a movie. Like
he was supposed to be a movie.
have this DC movie.
He's also he's a cool guy.
I believe
Yeah,
it.
he's super cool.
Sorry.
No, that's sick.
Anyways,
Static Shock is a good
All right, now back on track.
back on track. Did you know that there's a theory that the Roadrunner actually owns Acme Corp? Acme.
I think I've heard this actually.
From Looney
have you?
Tunes.
Can't believe that you've heard
Have
that
you
one
actually
before.
heard it? That's crazy.
That's crazy.
You're sick.
Anyways, if you don't know, Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner are part of the Looney Tunes gang, and the Wile E. Coyote is always trying to catch Roadrunner, and to help him catch the Roadrunner, which is like a type of bird, he orders products from Acme Corp. Now Acme stands for like,
What does it?
it's like general. It's just basically like we're a general store.
corporation, something, right?
Yeah,
Some
you can
big
look it up, man.
company,
I don't
yeah.
know. It basically stands for like they do everything. Huh. Never mind, I made it up.
Acme means the peak of perfection.
Anyway, so it's a joke because all the stuff. Okay, spoiler alert. If you've never watched Wile E. Coyote, he orders the stuff from Acme and they always fail or backfire on him. Like a gun shoots him instead of shooting the
They're
Roadrunner.
hilarious, dude.
And so that's, I guess, the joke is Acme's like the pinnacle of whatever, but it's not. So the theory is that Roadrunner is the CEO of Acme and he is setting Wile E. Coyote up to sell products to him so then have them backfire because he sabotages them.
So he's making money.
He's making money. He's running along. He's living his best life. He's a business bird.
Bro, what a
He's
smart
not
man.
He's not a businessman.
He's got a business degree.
Man. Listen, dude.
He's the CEO and founder.
I love that. Honestly, that reminds
perfect.
me of, because it's just like Tom and Jerry. That entire
Yeah.
bit is Tom and
Yeah.
Jerry.
I love those kinds of dynamics. Those are the best cartoons.
Looney Tunes is awesome. You were talking about Looney Tunes back in action the last podcast.
Dude, I just watched that movie like a month ago.
I love that movie. I used to watch that movie all the time.
That's a really good movie.
It's such a classic.
Brendan
Fraser go.
The best part of that movie
is Heather Locklear.
No, is Matthew Lillard and Shaggy talking.
That's the best.
I do love that scene.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, where he's like, where Shaggy's like, you better not make me look bad, man. It's very good.
It's such a fun cameo. Who else is in it? There's a bunch. There's a lot
of people in it. A cameo in it.
Steve Martin is hilarious in it as like the head of acne or whatever.
Yeah, it's a good one. I feel like it probably got like slammed. I mean, something like Space Jam.
I think it did.
All those movies besides Who Framed Roger Rabbit got like people just hated it.
No, that's a good one.
But I think they're both still good. I've watched both of them recently and thought they were good. So.
They're fire. I looked up ACME, so I figured it out. I figured it out here. So there's a couple of theories on what it's called. A company making everything.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
There's another one that says American companies make everything. Another one saying American companies that manufacture everything.
America. Yeah, I mean, that era of cartoons is very patriotic, to say the least. I mean, you ever watch like the Donald Duck as a Nazi cartoon?
Oh,
it's like Donald Duck making fun. He's like part of the Nazi party, but he's a fool and shows how inept the Nazi party is, so it's making fun of him.
Wow,
it's very funny. Even in modern day, it's pretty funny.
They're so propaganda.
It's probably
anything Disney.
Oh, it's very. There is parts of it that are extremely racist, though. So.
That's also true.
I guess Morty, it is very racist.
Oh boy,
you'll watch and you'll be blown. I think it's mostly funny because it's like Donald Duck as a Nazi, and you're like, whoa, this is official, hand animated by Walt Disney himself.
Walt Disney himself. All right, I'm gonna wrap us up here. I'm gonna finish us off. I'm gonna hit us with our very last theory of the night.
Finish me off, man.
Let's ride.
I'll get you there. Okay, so this theory is kind of a deep dive into Plankton from Spongebob and the meat he's serving in the chum bucket. So first off, let's define the word chum itself. Chum itself is grounded up like meat, like grinded fish. It's like it's what they feed sharks. Like they throw it in the water to get like the sharks in a frenzy to come around. So that's really what chum is.
Other fish too, but
yeah, other fish too. That's really it really does get everything in a
it's just
frenzy.
To make it easy. It brings them to eat the chum and then you catch them.
Bait.
Yeah, that's really what it is. It's bait.
A special type of bait.
Yeah, and so what this theory is stating is that Plankton in his chum bucket, the reason he's not successful, the reason everybody goes to the Krusty Krab instead of the chum bucket is because he's selling actual chum. He's selling the people. He's trying to like sell them themselves. And so they're not cannibals. They're not gonna, for the most part, they're not cannibals. They're not gonna go eat at his restaurant. Instead, they're gonna go eat at the Krabby Patty where they can eat something different, something that isn't fish related.
Yeah, crab meat. Crabs aren't fish, they're arachnids.
They're what?
I think they're arachnids.
Arachnids.
Like they're like spiders, right?
Crustaceans?
No way.
Crustaceans, a family of arachnids. Okay,
we'll say it is. We'll say it is.
You continue.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing is that Plankton, the reason he's not successful, the reason his business fails, the reason he's like down in the dumps, kind of angry, he's the villain, he's the main antagonist, is because he's trying to make a profit off of cannibalism. It's a no-go in our book, bro. I'm sorry, Plankton.
Yikes.
I don't want to talk about the Krabby Patty being crabs because that's like another thing that I just don't want to deep dive into. I want to research that later. That's we'll get back to you in a part 2.
I don't think arachnids and crustaceans are the same thing, but they're closely related.
They're sauropods, right?
What does sauropod mean?
I don't know. I'm all
right, buddy.
They're mammals, right?
They're mammals. They're just not fish. Just know they're not fish. Okay, that's all.
They're not fish.
What's a platypus again?
Mammal.
Is it a mammal?
It's
right?
the only egg-laying mammal.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, that's all we got for you. Sorry for all the side tangents. It's just fun, dude. It's cartoons.
Sorry.
It's our childhood.
All right, and Godzilla.
The shows, the movies, everything that we saw. It's so fun to talk about. So we're very much interested in doing a part 2. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna put out a poll. I guess not a poll, like a submission for you guys to submit anything that you guys want us to research, and then we'll go back through. We'll research those. We'll do our best, and we'll get you some results.
We'll get the results.
But all of that said, don't forget to leave a like, hit subscribe, leave a 5-star rating, whatever platform you're on. Almost at 1,000 subs on YouTube. Once we hit that, I will be giving away $300. That'll be the last giveaway I do for a while because Fight for my life, man. I ain't trying to give so much money away. We'll talk details later for another giveaway in the future. All of that said, my name is Diego.
My name is Ice.
My name is Braden.
And we will see you next time.